Hey everyone! Welcome back to Mind Men Method. Today, we're diving into something super interesting that all of us do, sometimes without even realizing it. We're going to talk about what it is, how it works, and most importantly, the 8 ways it's impacting your life every single day. And trust me, it's doing more than you think. But don't worry, we're going to keep things simple, fun, and easy to understand. So grab a snack, get cozy, and let's jump right into it. Okay, let's start with the basics. What exactly is self-talk? Well, it's basically the conversation you have with yourself in your head. Yep, that little voice inside your mind that's always commenting on everything you do. You know what I'm talking about, right? The voice that says, "I nailed that," when you do something great, or "Why did I just do that?" when things don't go as planned. We all have it, and it's always there, chatting away. Sometimes it's cheering you on like a supportive best friend, and other times it's criticizing you like a grumpy old neighbor who complains about everything. So let's imagine this. Your mind is like a radio station that's constantly playing. Are you tuning into positive FM where everything's upbeat and encouraging? Or are you stuck on negative news where every little mistake is turned into a big drama? The truth is, whichever station you're tuned into affects your life in more ways than you might think. Let's use an analogy to make this even clearer. Imagine your mind is like a coach. This coach can either be really supportive, like, "Come on, you can do this, you're amazing." Or it can be super critical, like, "Why did you mess up? You're never going to get it right." Now, which coach would you prefer to have? The positive, encouraging one, right? Well, that's what we want to aim for with our self-talk. If your inner coach is always negative, you're going to feel unmotivated and defeated. But if it's positive, you're going to feel confident and ready to tackle anything. So now that we know what self-talk is, let's break down the 8 ways it's impacting your life, because trust me, it's affecting you in more areas than you think. Let's start with the big one, your confidence. The way you talk to yourself has a huge impact on how confident you feel. If your self-talk is full of negative comments like, "I'm not good enough" or "I can't do this," then guess what? You're going to start believing it. It's like carrying around a backpack full of rocks. Every negative thought adds another rock, and pretty soon you're weighed down and struggling to move forward. But if your self-talk is positive, like, "I've got this," or "I'm learning and improving every day," then it's like lightening that load. You'll feel lighter, more capable, and more confident to take on new challenges. Next time you catch yourself thinking something negative, try flipping it around. Instead of "I can't do this," say, "I'm still learning, and that's okay." Now let's talk about your mood. If you're constantly engaging in negative self-talk, it's like turning on a gloomy soundtrack in the background of your life. It makes everything feel a little more difficult, a little more stressful, and a whole lot less fun. Negative self-talk feeds into feelings of anxiety and sadness. It's like you're carrying around your own personal rain cloud, but positive self-talk can have the opposite effect. It's like putting on some upbeat, happy music. It doesn't mean everything will always be perfect, but it makes life's challenges feel a little more manageable. Imagine you're driving a car. Negative self-talk is like having the windshield covered in mud. Everything looks dark and messy. Positive self-talk is like cleaning the windshield, giving you a clear view of the road ahead. Ever notice how stressed you feel when your self-talk is negative? That's because the way you talk to yourself can either help you calm down or ramp up your stress. When you tell yourself things like, "I can't handle this," your brain believes it, and your stress levels shoot through the roof. On the other hand, if you use more positive or calming self-talk, like "I've handled tough situations before, I can do this again," it's like you're giving your brain a soothing hug. It helps keep your stress levels in check and makes you feel more capable of handling whatever life throws at you. When you're feeling overwhelmed, take a deep breath and remind yourself that you've gotten through tough times before. You can do it again. Your self-talk can influence the decisions you make every day. If your inner dialogue is filled with doubt and negativity, You might find yourself avoiding challenges or opportunities because you're afraid of failing. It's like having a friend who always says, "Are you sure you want to do that? What if it doesn't work out?" Eventually, you start second-guessing yourself and playing it safe. But if your self-talk is positive and encouraging, you'll be more likely to take risks, try new things, and make decisions with confidence. It's like having a friend who says, "Go for it. You've got this." That kind of encouragement can open up new possibilities in your life. Believe it or not, the way you talk to yourself can spill over into how you interact with others. If your self-talk is negative, you might start projecting those feelings onto the people around you. You might think, "They probably don't like me," or "I'm always saying the wrong thing," and it can cause you to pull back or be overly critical of yourself in social situations. On the other hand, if your self-talk is positive, you're more likely to feel comfortable in your relationships. You'll be more confident, open, and willing to connect with others because you're not constantly doubting yourself. It's like wearing a pair of glasses. Negative self-talk is like wearing glasses with smudged lenses. You see everything in a distorted way. Positive self-talk is like cleaning those lenses. You get a clearer, more accurate view of yourself and your interactions with others. Let's talk motivation. If your self-talk is negative, it's like trying to run with a flat tire. You're constantly slowing yourself down with thoughts like, "What's the point?" or "I'll never be able to do this." But when your self-talk is positive, it's like having a full tank of gas. You're ready to keep going, even when things get tough. Instead of focusing on what could go wrong, you focus on what you're capable of and how far you've come. Try this. When you're feeling unmotivated, remind yourself of past achievements or small victories. It's like giving yourself a little motivational boost to keep going. Here's something interesting. Your self-talk can even affect your physical health. Studies have shown that people with more positive self-talk tend to have lower stress levels, better immune function, and even a lower risk of heart disease. It's like your body responds to the thoughts you're feeding it. Negative self-talk can increase stress hormones in your body, which, over time, can lead to health problems. So, when you practice positive self-talk, you're not just improving your mental health, you're also helping your body stay healthier and more resilient. Analogy: think of your body as a plant. Positive self-talk is like sunlight and water. It helps you grow and stay healthy. Negative self-talk is like putting the plant in the dark and forgetting to water it. It starts to wither. Finally, self-talk shapes your future. If you're constantly telling yourself that you're not good enough, that you'll never succeed, or that you can't achieve your goals, then guess what? You might start creating a self-fulfilling prophecy. You believe it, and so it becomes your reality. But if your self-talk is positive, you start to believe in your potential. You set bigger goals, take more risks, and move toward the future you want. It's like paving a road toward success with your own thoughts. Simple tip: start imagining the future you want and use positive self-talk to get there. Instead of saying, "I'll never be able to do that," say, "I'm working toward it, and I'm getting better every day." If you commit to changing your negative self-talk to a neutral or positive narrative, you will be amazed by the changes that come about in your life. All right, folks, let's wrap this up. Self-talk is something we all do, but the good news is you're in control of the conversation. You get to decide which radio station to tune into, the positive, encouraging one, or the negative, critical one. If you found this video on self-talk helpful, press the like button and subscribe to the channel for more similar content. See you in the next video.